Youth group at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. According to the World Health Organization, 1 in 3 women or 1 in 4 men are not physically active. This is defined as 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise per week, which actually equates to 20 minutes per day if you even it out. So, according to my audience analysis, everyone in my audience is physically active. They all go to the gym. That's what you guys said. But according to that statistic, there are 2 people in front of me right now that are not physically active. Let that sink in. So, like I said, I'm willing to bring this information to the forefront, whether you like it or not, and you probably don't, because it's not ideal to have someone tell you that you're not exercising enough. But I'm willing to do this because it's essential, and I'm not going to sit back as I watch the world, this country, and even my audience suffer from a simple lack of use of our greatest possession as a human, our bodies. So, listen to me to embark on a journey of self-discovery, fulfillment, and happiness, and hopefully you'll end up looking like these guys. So, I've actually invested a lot of my time into going to the gym, probably thousands of hours. I prefer to keep my health in the best shape possible, which obviously I have my shortcomings, as does everyone else, but I try my best. The way I see it is that you're either constantly improving or constantly deteriorating, or consistently deteriorating, because there's no middle ground. If you're not working out, your health is either is going to go down, and if you're working out, it's going to go up, and it's that simple. So that's just kind of what I do to keep myself going. I like to keep that in mind. And I've learned so much about my body through my own physical journey, and it's been pretty awesome. But I want to help you guys get to the gym today. So through regular gym attendance or participation in personal exercise, a person can become a stronger, healthier, and happier individual. So today I'll be covering the problem, which is why we all need to be attending the gym or participating in personal exercise multiple times per week, and then the solution, so how you can achieve regular quality exercise multiple times per week, and then the benefits, which is how you can achieve a higher degree of happiness and fulfillment in your life. So without further ado, let's explore why this widespread laziness is such a crucial problem. So I don't think this needs any introduction. People are getting lazier. Technology is shoved in people's faces, and it's meant to captivate you. It's literally the culmination of human development, where your dopaminergic response is getting milked, basically. So you're constantly wanting to keep coming back to it and keep immersing yourself in that, because it's literally an addiction. It's hard to push it away, which is why so few people are being physically active or going to the gym nowadays. So if you don't believe me, listen to this statistic from medalerthelp.org, which says children, which actually still includes me and some of my audience, spend around 7 hours in front of a screen daily. That is crazy. So if you do the math, and if you're having healthy sleeping hours, then this is half of your waking life in front of a screen. Half of your life. 7 hours a day of your waking hours. That's a lot. You're actually looking at a screen right now. So just to put that into perspective. So I want you to push it away and start going to the gym, or just moving around. Just stop immersing yourself in that technology constantly, because it's so bad for us. And we have become so dependent on technology, especially our generation, and future generations will continue to do so as well. So, yeah. At this point, you're probably very self-aware of your potential habits and potential lack of self-exercise. So how can we fix this? Obviously, to fix a lack of exercise, one must exercise. It's pretty simple. But it's not that easy. It's easier said than done. Beginning to exercise is the hardest part about it. You might not know routines. You might not have consistency. So you might want to develop that, and that's the hardest part. So I'd like to share a tip that I used with you. My friend, when I was a sophomore, helped me go to the gym. He taught me how to lift, which, surprisingly, yes, you have to be taught how to lift, because you can't just lift a dumbbell as heavy as possible for as long as possible. That's not really how it works. You can't just hop on a treadmill and run as fast as you can for 5 minutes. That's not really how it works. So you have to have someone to teach you. And if you don't have a friend, then I'm sorry, and you can just watch a YouTube video if you want. So Finally, I'd like to suggest one of my favorite workout routines that I have found to be incredibly effective, simple, and easy to apply. For those of you familiar with Chris Bumstead, he actually uses this split. For those of you who don't know him, he holds the title of Mr. Olympia. He's a massive bodybuilder. We both have similar builds because we use the same split, similar builds. According to Jeremy Fox, founder of Nutritioneering, bodybuilder, and coach, Chris Bumstead likes the 6-day push-pull leg split because it allows him to train each muscle group twice per week. And some studies show that this frequency leads to the fastest increases in muscle growth. So this is due because you'll be training one set of coordinated muscle groups per day. So for example, push, this one would involve chest, tricep, and shoulder. And so what you'll be doing is, say a bench press is an example of the type of exercise in this category, and you'll be using all three of those muscles in this day. And then, so on pull days, you'll be using your back and bicep muscles, which are not correlated to the push muscles. So therefore, you're giving your push muscles a rest when you're using your back and bicep muscles. And then the same thing can be said about the legs, because obviously legs are not really associated with any of the other muscle groups. So basically, this workout routine is extremely effective and efficient, and especially in building muscle. It gives you time to recover, and it can be pretty intense depending on how you like it. It just comes down to your preferences. Now, obviously, there are different ways to work out other than this. I mean, if you just want to do some cardio, just hop on a treadmill and you can just start running, I guess. But progressive overload is an important factor to consider, which is basically the idea that your workouts are going to be consistently getting harder. So, and that's kind of how you build muscle, and that's really an important step in this process as well. So now that we have an idea of how to get off the couch and in the gym, let's discuss the benefits everyone will reap through this process. So the benefits of going to the gym have been seemingly endless to me, and there's so many more benefits than you would think outside of just building muscle. You build social connections, you learn to cook, you learn to talk to people, you learn about discipline, you learn time management, and you learn, most importantly, about your own body. Now, obviously, you become more self-confident, you have a higher self-esteem, and you build muscle. That's, pretty direct, but there are other effects to building muscle as well. So, in addition to yielding direct health benefits, it also prevents negative health benefits, as I said earlier. So, instead of your health just constantly deteriorating, it's going to be becoming better, and that's the best thing to do. Obviously, getting better is better than getting worse. So going to the gym is kind of the best thing for you. So finally, you literally get happier by going to the gym. It's the happiness we find in the gym is literally encoded in our brains. Anyone familiar with endorphins? According to the Mayo Clinic, exercise can pump up your endorphins. Physical activity may help to bump the production of your brain's feel-good neurotransmitters called endorphins. Although this function is referred to as runner's high, any aerobic activity such as a rousing game of tennis or a hike can contribute to the same feeling. I'm sure everyone has experienced this before. It's a feeling of accomplishment, and it's really great to know that you did something hard and you can walk away from that and that you're a better person because of that. And it's literally an untapped reserve of happy chemicals that so many people don't have access to because they just sit on their phones all day. If you go out and you do something with your body, you will literally become happier. If you put down your phone, it is going to be so good for you, and you can learn so much stuff through that. So let's make the change. If you've been listening to my speech, you may understand the key to true happiness now. If you didn't, then I'm sorry, because this speech is coming to an end. I hope that we better understand that through regular gym attendance or participation in regular exercise, a person can become a stronger, healthier, and happier individual. May we better comprehend why we need to be exercising, how we may do so, and the benefits that we can find correlated to that. So let this speak mark the end of our days of idleness and the beginning of a journey to true happiness. I want you to go to the gym so that one day, you may look back on this speech when you're built like Superman or Wonder Woman and say, it was that speech, the speech that changed my life for the better. Thank you, Lincoln Allred, for getting me off the couch and in the gym. And to that, ladies and gentlemen, I would say you're welcome. But first, you have to just do it. I can take questions. Yes.
How do you think influencers, like on Instagram or TikTok, have affected people's motivation to start working out?
I think there's good parts and bad parts to it. Good parts because, they quite directly will motivate people to go. If you see someone who has a body that you might want, you're gonna want to attain that too. So obviously the way to do that is by going to the gym. So that can motivate people. But on the downside, influencers can be very manipulative. So they might be promoting certain activities or processes or products from a brand or themselves that would stimulate their own growth. So you have to be careful of that. You have to find a wholesome influencer. Examples might be Noel Diesel on YouTube, or it's another guy that corrects people when they like put down other people in the gym. But there are definitely good influencers out there. Any other questions? Any other questions at all? Yes.
Do you think there's a direct correlation with lifting and weight loss, or do you think weight loss more so is related to like cardio?
I would say weight loss is less about going to the gym. Surprisingly, it's more of what you do in the kitchen. Weight loss is basically it can be found when you have a caloric deficit, and then the same thing can be said for weight gain. So what I mean by that is you have slightly under your caloric maintenance, so which is like 200 to 300 calories per day. So caloric maintenance being how much your body needs to maintain its weight without fluctuating. And so if you're getting less than that, your body will be burning off fat. And so that's how you lose weight. But if you do things like cardio and even weightlifting too, that still is a way to burn calories, and it can help speed up that process and the metabolism with that. But I would say if you want to lose weight, if that's like a main goal, it's done in the kitchen, not at the gym. Any other questions? Yes.
What do you think about steroids and why people use them?
I don't use steroids. I don't think that they're very good for people to do. There's a lot of negative health benefits associated with that, not to mention they're dangerous. Like sometimes there's a bad batch and you could literally overdose on steroids. People do them, mainly bodybuilders, because that's their job. So it's just, I don't think they're good, but really it's just a personal choice. Yes.
Does a gym bro motivate you to work out?
A gym bro?
Yes.
Absolutely. I have a few friends I like to go to the gym with, but they can be big motivators. They can just push you. They can spot you. Really, having a friend there is just good because you can also learn new things from them, as I said earlier in the speech. So I think it's just good to have people with you. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for being here.